It's another week of Albert's Public House on GabNet. It's the Public House. The pub panel is open right now. Rin has already clawed and scratched her way in as the bouncer of the pub panel. Hello to Charlie, who joins us from Texas. How are you, Charlie?
Doing great.
Good, good. You sound good. What's happening is, first this I like because it is directly related to what we do here every night on Albert's Public House. British researchers say that people drinking alone were more likely to do things like drive drunk and take drugs. Drinking in groups is safer than guzzling alcohol alone. So lift up your glass at Albert's Public House because we are a group. So it's safe. Go ahead. Take a swig from your favorite tankard and join the safe way to drink on Albert's Public House. There you go. Group drinking also cut down on the number of drinks people had. Researchers said that this could lead to new solutions that promote safer social drinking. I certainly like that. See, that's why I like going to a pub, because you're with your friends or you're with people, maybe not even your friends, but people are around you, and you tend to have to stay a little bit sharp because you're having conversations. And that means that you have to be able to at least speak properly, maybe a little slurred like Doug once in a while. But otherwise, we all have to be able to communicate, whereas if you're alone, you don't really have to be able to communicate. You just have to hear the voices in your head, I think, is what it is.
Don't you think that having conversations with people makes it so you don't drink as much? I mean, just the act of talking.
Oh, sure, absolutely, yeah. If you have something to do, you won't pick up that glass or that bottle and you'll drink a little slowly, I think, unless it's a bachelor or bachelorette party when everybody's talking to you and all they're saying is, "Drink that, dude, drink, drink." In that case, you may have a problem, and that won't cut down on the drinking. Back to Star Registry.
Star Registry. But I bought my father Star because his ego just got so out of hand, and the Star name was Star Ed. I meant it to mock him. And he loved that thing and hung it up.
So what do you get, a star chart with it and some kind of certificate?
I get some certificate and, the constellation where you're supposed to find it.
So I'd have to get some kind of star chart from the internet, print it out, circle yours in some kind of gold pen. So that's easy to do. That's $5. I'm covered there. Go to Michael's, get some nice parchment type paper, print something out very nicely with the names of the 5 people you want on it, and that can't go for $5. So I'm making. What is that? What is that going to go for? $1 maybe? So I'm making $4 off the deal. I like this.
Well, I want a cheesy frame though.
You know what? I'm not going to start. I'm not going to stop at stars. I'm going to go with the Albert's Star Registry, and I'm going to also do Albert's Sand Registry. So I'll name grains of sand on the beach. And by the way, you can pick the beach. This is the beauty of Albert's Sand Registry. You can pick the beach that you want your sand to be on, and I'll name the sand after that. And then I'm going to have Albert's Leaf Registry, where I'll name a leaf after you or your family on any kind of tree that you like. Even if the tree is far away, it'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Maybe you know what? I take a decent poop every day. Maybe I'll have Albert's Poop Registry. If you want me to name my poop after you or your family or your loved ones, I can do that. And I will give you an authentic certificate, maybe even a picture of the actual poop, and you can get in on that. What do you guys think? Is this a business?
I'll give you $5 not to send me a picture of your poop.
Oh, I like that. That's even better. This is bigger than the plane. This is bigger than having a shoe thrown at Hillary Clinton. This is bigger than even Ebola, Rin. I have to say, this is bigger than Ebola. Listen to this story. In a medical first, scientists have implanted lab-grown vaginas in humans. Now, come on. How did I miss that yesterday? How was I sidetracked on that one?
I'll never leave home.
I know, that's what I said. Can you imagine the possibilities? Can you imagine the possibilities? Just the porn industry going crazy. Just the blow-up doll industry going crazy. That whole thing. It will be a boon to man, literally to mankind. It apparently has finally happened for the first time in history. Scientists have successfully implanted lab-grown vaginal organs in human patients. The organs grown with the patient's own tissue were implanted between June 2005 and October 2008. Can you believe it's been that long and nobody knew about this? It never got out. Not even a snatch got out.
Now, is this
Okay. All right. Thank you, Ren.
Is this, Albert? I'm just curious. Is that for in lieu of the surgery for a transsexual?
Well, it was in 4. No.
No, I'm serious.
No, it wasn't. But you see, if I'd started with this yesterday, we could have probably gone a whole hour just on this topic because there's so much comedic possibility. Not to mention just the great scientific progress it is for mankind. But no, it happened in 4 teenage girls who each lacked or had an underdeveloped vagina and uterus, the result of a rare genetic condition called Mayer-Rokitansky-Kuster-Hauser syndrome. Can you imagine just having that and having to say that every time? Otherwise known as
just say you're snatchless.
Yes. All right. See, Rin, I should have done this yesterday. I had 3 women on the panel, but it's called MRKH syndrome. Let's see. Years after the 2-hour procedure, annual follow-up visits showed that surgeries had been a success. The new organs functioned normally, including during sex, and their tissue was indistinguishable from the native tissue that had already been there. This is a major. Yeah, that's just what I said. I can't believe I didn't start with this yesterday.
Vaginas for everyone.
Vaginas for everyone, even men. Give men vaginas. Hermaphrodites around the world. A new sex indeed. We can add that to the Facebook characteristics. What did you say? You don't believe that we went to the moon, Doug?
No, I'm saying there's conspiracies that we didn't go to the moon. And I've seen some things where it's sort of like, hey, they might have an argument here, but I'm not going to say either way if we went to the moon or we did not go to the moon.
Let me poll our panel right now, just to see whether you, just with a yes or no answer, whether you think that the United States landed 12 people on the moon. Charlene.
I believe
that's just a yes or no. Yes or no. Yes or no. Yes or no. Yes or no.
I believe it, I guess.
Ren.
Yes.
Doug.
Yes minus.
Okay, Mark.
Yes.
Matt.
Yes. Can I add something?
No. Josh.
Yes.
Teresa.
Yes.
Okay, let me go to who was it? Charlene, you had something to add. Give me your thoughts on that.
Well, when I saw some of those documentaries about these people that believe that it was all done in a TV studio and everything, I'm like, well, how do I know? I mean, do I have proof? I mean,
Good point, but
yeah.
According to theoretical physicists, how do I know that any of you actually exist? So, I can do. Oh, Mark, stop rolling your eyes. Come on.
I got a Facebook page. That's how.
We answer back.
Yeah. Okay. Who had another? Doug had an addendum to your no,
well,
to your yes.
The thing is, it's sort of like, and I'm like with Charlene. I've seen some of these things, and I know these things be edited and everything else. And these people want to get a point of view out, so I can appreciate that. But the one thing that always shows me is like the lack of a crater with this thing landing. There's no dust on it or anything like that.
But you either believe it or you don't believe it. What's this? I question it. You believe it or you don't believe it.
Well, I look at it this way. Why would the United States build such a damn rocket like that, send people up in the air, risking lives, and then they're able to land down? So, I mean, I would like to think, yeah, maybe somewhere there was more of a purpose to, like, landing on the moon like we're supposed to do.
Matt, did you have some other point to make with your...
Well, two points. The camera frame rate that everyone's saying it makes it look fake was 24 frames per second because that was the standard.
Right.
And then they converted it to 30 for television. Mm-hmm. So that makes it kind of look funky.
Is that kind of like when I see those old timey movies of the San Francisco earthquake and they're all...
That's exactly for... as a kid, I used to think Charlie Chaplin really moved that way.
How fast did those people move in the old days? My God, I don't walk that fast. So okay,
and then the other thing is, I read something from some scholar that really hit home to me, where he said the government isn't efficient enough to have a conspiracy.
I think Professor Erwin Corey said that, didn't he? This new study says that Houston's the home to the nation's worst road ragers. The Texas City.
I believe that.
Yeah, Texas City is atop of a new AutoVantage survey of cities with angry drivers. Houston drivers were found to be the most likely to see another driver cutting them off, and for admitting they cut off other people as well. They're also the most likely to admit talking on their phones while driving. Atlanta, Baltimore, Washington, D.C., and Boston were also on the top 5 cities with the most road rage. I can't believe New York didn't make it, but
I think Charlie's name was on the top of the list.
that's just not nice.
I lived in Houston for a year, and I tell you, I felt like I was taking my life in my hands every time I got on the freeway.
Yeah, well,
they drive like maniacs there.
Have you guys ever driven like in Rome or Mexico City? You should, I don't know that there's road rage there. It's just like. But they don't follow the lines. Mean nothing to them. Lights and signs mean nothing to them.
In China, you have the added delight of bicycles, and they're ringing the bells the whole time.
Oh, I ran into that kind of thing myself in Chinatown a couple of weeks ago. I was driving in Chinatown, and there's a guy on a rickety bike holding some big thing on the bike and just weaving between traffic and almost getting hit time and time again. Couldn't believe it. But yet they live. And yet they live. I don't get it. Where's natural selection when you need it? Now listen.
Asian drivers are the worst.
Let's see how, see now? Are we going to start this? Is this what we're going to do?
Then followed by senior citizens.
What did we say about
sorry, it's true.
What did we say about racism just now? Unbelievable. 2 other quick surveys. Most Americans don't carry much cash with them on a daily basis. A new Bankrate survey shows nearly 80% of Americans carry less than $50 with them on a regular day. Anybody fall into that category?
Yeah. Everything's on the debit card. I never carry cash with me.
Never carry cash. Okay. Yep. I'd say I usually have about $50 with me. Nearly half of those people have less than $20. Nearly 10% don't carry any cash at all. About 7% carry $100 or more in cash on a daily basis. I don't think there's a need for that. The survey also showed that only 18% of Americans feel more secure in their jobs now than they did a year ago. Not me. Oh, God. And here's my favorite survey of the day. It's from Deutsche Bank. A new study says London is the most expensive date city in the world. The survey says the capital of England is the most expensive city at $121 when you factor in the cost of cab rides. This is what the survey says. When you factor in the cost of cab rides, McDonald's burgers, soft drinks, 2 movie tickets, and a couple of beers. Is that a first date?
It's absolutely true.
Wait a minute. Who's bringing their first date to McDonald's?
McDonald's.
My brother-in-law, my sister.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, because the British food tastes like shit. My sister went with my brother-in-law for the first date to Burger King because my sister couldn't take the food in London.
Oh,
She was happy to have Whopper and French fries.
I can't believe it.
Did she get a Happy Meal?
No, the Burger King has no Happy Meal, Doc.
I thought you said McDonald's. I thought you said it went to McDonald's.
He took her to some expensive English joint in London. Everything is uncooked, my sister said. Like everything's bloody. Beer tastes like shit too. My sister was like, I have to move from there. And they ended up in Burger King in Piccadilly Circus.
Well, I don't understand why the beer would be bad.
Did you at least get a crown from them?
They don't have the crown at Burger King in England. It's against the law. Only the Queen gets the crown.
They charge you for the gas?
Oh yeah.
Is that included in the bill?
I don't think they do charge me for the gas, but they charge me for fluoride treatments, which is not covered by the insurance.
I don't do them. I don't do them.
Oh,
I
really?
did it the first couple of times.
Yeah.
That's like, what is it, $75 a shot?
No, mine is more like 15 for fluoride.
Really?
Yeah.
They charge us $65 or $75 a shot, and I'm like, no, thank you.
No, you got. And as a matter of fact, I just my wife had to go to a closer dentist, and I just recommended her for my dentist, and my dentist gave her either a $25 or a $50 gift card for Barnes and Noble. Either Barnes & Noble or Starbucks. So you can't beat this dentist. If you're in the New York City area, I'm going to give you her number. And when you go to her, I get a gift card and you get a gift card. So right off the bat, it starts off nice. You get a little gas. You get stoned once in a while. Nothing better than that. Hey, there's been a new dwarf planet that's been discovered, and I don't know how many dwarf planets we can find, but our solar system may be bigger than we thought. Scientists announced the discovery today of an object orbiting the sun beyond what we thought to be the boundaries of our solar system. The possible dwarf planet doesn't have a catchy name. Instead, it's called 2012 VP113, and I think they heard these. When we finally discovered them, they had audio coming back from the planet. I think I have a clip from that.
We thank you very sweetly for doing it so neatly.
There it is.
That we thank you very sweetly.
Yeah, so that's from the dwarf planet. They're very happy to have been discovered. That's 2012 VP113. It's currently about 80 times farther from the sun than Earth and orbits the sun about every 4,200 years. And that's the biggest planetary discovery, but it's not a full planet, so it's in the demoted stage like Pluto. So that's the dwarf planet news. I don't know anybody that says anything contrary to this. The older we get, the faster time seems to go. Why is that? Do we have a sense of our mortality in the back of our minds? We have a mortality clock that makes it seem like time is going quicker? Is it that we feel like we're paying taxes more often? What makes it feel like time is going quicker when we get older? I don't get that. Any?
I remember back in the 70s, Dudley Moore did a thing for, I think it was Nova, on the concept of time, and that how when nothing happens, it seems to last forever while you're in it, but when you look back on it, it seems to have gone really fast. And the opposite is true, is if it's really busy, the time goes fast, but when you look back on it, it seems to have lasted forever. And it's just our linear concept of time.
Or does it have to do with agony? Is it the agonizing times make you feel like time is stretched out, and then when you look back at it, you're not in that agony anymore, so it seems like it's shorter?
Maybe.
Seattle's mayor has a plan to increase the city's minimum wage to $15 an hour. Now that I like. The raise will be phased in over a matter of years. Large businesses have until 2017 to implement the $15 minimum wage. Small businesses will have another 4 years to adopt the raise. Of course, the administration, the White House, Obama administration, has been trying, well, I wouldn't say they've been trying to raise the national minimum wage, but they've been talking about it, certainly. So this is a step in the right direction from Seattle. So they got raising the minimum wage, and they got smoking pot is legal. I may be moving there shortly. Go ahead, David.
Do you think it's gonna happen, that the minimum wage raise, or is it all bullshit? Like,
it's gonna happen where? In Seattle? I think it's gonna happen.
Like in all states, like a federal law.
No.
No, exactly.
No. I'll tell you when they're going to raise the minimum wage to $50. Well, no, what did they want? $10.10 an hour?
They want.
That is a ridiculous amount, first of all. But I'll tell you when that's going to raise. You will see a $10.10 minimum wage in this country when they close Guantanamo. So look for those two things to happen simultaneously. You will see that happening. And this may affect the rest of the panel, unfortunately. I'm reading that stress can rub off on others around you. German researchers say some people's stress hormones surge when watching another stressed out person. They said this happens with both friends and strangers. There are also no difference between men and women when it comes to who's more likely to experience someone else's stress. And it's not clear why this affects only certain people, but it does definitely affect certain people. So if David's getting a little stress over here, you might be feeling it as well. And I apologize for that, but I just found out today, the Germans just released that information today, that secret information. So
no one's stressed can stress me out.
Yeah, I'm the same way. It's very rare for me to get stressed when somebody else is stressed out. In fact, I kind of work in the opposite direction. If somebody's really pissed off or stressed, I kind of get a little more happy. I kind of feel like they're, it's like a what do they say that in physics, no energy is ever lost. So if the mad energy is in somebody else, then I feel like that's been taken from me, and it's being used by them. So I feel like I'm a little happier because someone else is stressed.
That's the law of conservation of happy.
That's the law of conservation of happiness, right? Yes, exactly. That's good. The House Republicans have a new leadership. They have elected Kevin McCarthy of California. Yes, your California, Jeff. Yes, your California, Damien. To replace Eric Cantor as House Majority Leader. Cantor was kicked in the butt by a Tea Party challenger, and Steve Scalise was chosen to replace McCarthy as House Majority Whip. And on that news, I can tell you some other news. Americans' faith in Congress has fallen to a new low. Can you believe it? Yeah.
Big surprise.
Oh my God, what happened?
Yeah, well, a new Gallup poll. A new Gallup poll. That's one of the ones I kind of like. It's not like a university poll. Finds that just 7% say they have a great deal or quite a lot of confidence in Congress as an American institution. By the way, that's down from the previous low of 10%, which was last year. In 1973, when Gallup first asked the question, 42% of Americans expressed their confidence in Congress. Gallup says Congress's numbers in the latest poll are the lowest recorded for any institution in 41 years. So,
yeah, but what's interesting is if you go ask these people whether they like their congressperson, they all say, yes, we want him in. So,
are you talking about the people who know who their congressperson is?
Yeah, the few people who know.
Maybe.
Or even if they don't know, the people who respond to these polls. They'll say, yeah, we hate Congress and everything, but then go ask them, what do you think of your congressperson? And they all go, oh, we love him, whether they know who the hell it is or not.
Well, you make a good point, though. You like the guy that's protecting you, and whether he's like the rest of the guys or not, you like him because he's your guy. The mayor of a Missouri town, a small Missouri town, quit after making some anti-Semitic remarks tied to the recent shootings at 2 Jewish centers there. In a televised interview last week, Marionville Mayor Dan Clevenger said he, in quote, kind of agreed, unquote, with the views of Fraser Glenn Cross, who's a former Ku Klux Klan leader who was accused of fatally shooting the 3 people outside the Jewish facilities there. Clevenger told a TV station that he had known Cross for years and that he kind of agreed with him on some things, but they didn't like to express that too much. Where's the common sense? Where's the logic in people? Why would you say something like that? Even if you did agree, why would you say something like that to a TV station? But he's out now, so we'll see what kind of any guesses on what kind of jobs he's going to get next?
Grand Wizard.
I don't think
Dragon or something.
I don't think that they're smart. That they're keen on having his smarts over in the leadership council of the KKK. So
where was he from?
He was from Marionville, Missouri.
Oh, he'd probably get elected to Congress in that godforsaken part of the country. Probably be their next senator.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I love Jeopardy, but I don't love Trivial Pursuit.
Hey, I gotta ask something here.
Yeah.
Since there's a couple people in here tonight, because I don't understand this. I don't really watch Wheel of Fortune. I don't watch it at all, but I understand
good
how
for
it
you.
works.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's Hangman. That's all it is.
I understand that the goal, is to solve.
Oh wait, hold on a second. I just thought of another good thing for the death penalty. We hang them and we play a national version of Hangman at the same time. How do you like that? Let's work on that. That's the new death penalty. Go ahead, Josh. I'm sorry.
So I understand the goal is to solve the phrase, all right, by guessing letters and everything. I get it, but what I don't understand is why do they constantly buy a vowel on a show where the game is to win money?
Yeah.
Why are you spending money buying vowels?
I always said the same thing.
What I'm saying is you can write any phrases that you want, okay, hundreds of them, and you can give them all to me and take out only the vowels, and I will be able to tell you what they say.
Hey, Josh, what
is that?
That is the premise behind vanity plates. You don't need vowels. That is the premise behind texting. Vowels are unnecessary. That's the premise behind Twitter. No vowels necessary. So you're absolutely right about that. These are idiots who are throwing their money away.
I don't get it. I mean, I don't understand.
No, you do get it, Josh.
I'd like
you
to buy
do
a
get
vowel.
it.
And then it's like, you do know that your amount of money just went down,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I mean, I don't...
You get it, Josh. Anybody who understands what you're saying gets
curious.
it. The people who are buying vowels.
When you start talking about stupid games, I mean, I've just never... I can't watch it because it drives me crazy.
Yeah, you're right about
that.
that. Well, you know what? I can't watch it because the people are constantly clapping and
jumping up and down.
Yeah. This also another piece of information for us men, especially those with small penises. Men with flashy cars don't necessarily have better luck with the ladies. New survey from Harris Interactive says more than half of the female respondents think men with expensive sports cars are show-offs. 17% said they think men who drive exotic two-seaters are more likely to be insecure. Insecure about what? I don't necessarily know. Charlene, flashy cars, impressive or not?
Not impressed.
Rin, impressive or not?
No.
Teresa, impressive or not?
Absolutely not.
Oh, okay. So what the hell are we buying flashy cars for?
I don't know. My boss does okay in his Lamborghini.
Oh, yeah? Is he single or married?
He's
single.
and he's a loser, and he's a sad excuse for a human being.
Hopefully he's not listening.
All right. So I'm gonna disagree with that and hope that he is listening and joins us on this panel on Monday at 9 for Albert's Public House, and tell us how you fired Rick. So that's the story with the flashy cars. But now if we don't have flashy cars, then Charlene and Teresa and Rin, what do we do if we have small penises? How can we impress you then otherwise?
You have a tongue?
Oh.
The quote of the night.
Oh, man.
For someone to bring that up.
Oh, good God. That is a good one. I'm glad this is the end of the show. All right, so I guess from the reaction that Charlene and Rin agree with that answer. Okay. Time for the last word on Albert's Public House. Rob, last word.
Thank you.
Josh, last word.
Gracias.
Rick, last word.
Carlos Castaneda.
Jason, last word.
Purpose.
Jeff, last word.
Gandhi.
Charlene, last word.
Afterlife.
Teresa, last word.
Buddha.
Max, last word.
Morphine.
Morphine, nice. Miranda, last word.
Engineer.
Diana, last word.
Spontaneous.
Spontaneous. Charlie, last word. Good follow-up.
Superman.
Rin, last word.
Happiness.
And the bouncer on Albert's Public House tonight, David, what is your last word?
Great show, Albert.
Great show, Albert. Thank you very much all for being on the pub panel this evening. Alex Bennett's Ramble is next right here on Gabnet. And I thank you for enriching my life.
Okay, bye.